Bula. So in this video, we're going to talk about step one of the 5 practices, anticipating student answers right and wrong. So you've got a really interesting task. Now we're going to anticipate the answers. Okay, so this is the task I chose. It's called Happy Faces. It's a pattern that I got from visualpatterns.org. The web address is down there at the bottom. So, and the questions that are part of this task are: how do you see the pattern growing? What do figures 4 and 5 look like? What would figure 20 look like? And eventually, for the advanced students, what would the nth figure look like? So this is the task I want to ask about. So now, before I give this to my students, I need to spend time anticipating the answer, because I don't want to be spending class time going, is that right or not? I go over here. I don't want to be doing my work and solving the problem when I should be watching the students and helping them to have a rich experience. So this is like the conductor needs to study the music before they start leading the group. So we need to anticipate the answers. You may want to pause the video right here and anticipate the answers yourself. If not, here's what I came up with. So I picked this task because it has a low floor. Everyone just can describe how it grows. And I think everyone can figure out how to get to 4 and 5. It has a high ceiling in that describing and justifying the shape of that nth figure is challenging. It's visual, and I want the students to see the answers and connect their reasoning with the picture. And there are many solution paths, table, pictures, formulas. That's why I chose this task. And it meets my learning goals. I want the students to build a formula to describe a physical situation. And I want there to be connections between the algebraic expression and the visual patterns. And when my students explain what they are thinking, that's when learning is demonstrated. They're going to have to explain what they are thinking, not just it works. I need to know, how does that connect to the picture? Okay, so the answers. Here's what 4 and 5 will look like. I'm thinking some students will say the 4th will have 28 faces, the 5th will have 35, but maybe they won't draw pictures. That the student saw it was always a multiple of 7, but then they didn't see anything about the visual pattern. They just went 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. Okay, they might do that. Or the 4th one, they might say that there's 4 across the middle and there's 12 on the left and the same on the right. And they see these as pieces. Then the 5th one will have 5 across the middle, 15 on the left, and 15 on the right. Maybe. Or maybe they'll make a table, and so they'll just give me a formula. Or maybe they'll think about it as parts, this bottom left, that they'll see that first one is 7 groups of 1, and the second one is 7 groups of 2, and the next one is 7 groups of 3. And so then the nth one will be 7 groups of n, and we can tell you where that is. Or maybe they'll do additive thinking. They'll see where the smiles are added, that we put 2 smiles on the top left, 2 on the top right, 1 on the bottom left, 1 on the bottom right, and 1 in the middle, squeeze 1 in the middle, that we're always adding 7. Excuse me. And that it continues to grow that way. Or maybe they're seeing a number pattern, that the middle bar is 1 wide, then 2 wide, then 3 wide, and the side bars are 3 and then 6 and then 9. And so they get that the middle is n and that the sides are 3n. I don't know. Maybe these are ways they'll think about it. And then once I think about all the ways they could solve it, I make this monitoring chart. Because these are the things under the strategy. These are the strategies I want them, I hope they've come up with. And in the middle, I will write down who came up with those strategies and how. So all of this anticipating is so that during class time, I can be focused on the students and what they are doing and how they are getting to the answers. So this is anticipating. All of this is anticipating. I solve the problem. I predict lots of solution paths. That way I'm ready when my students show me a different way of thinking about it. I've thought about it and I can probably get to where they're thinking quicker. And I've created this monitoring chart so that I can identify who do I want to talk and who did what. And I'm ready to go. I hope that makes sense. And we'll talk to you about the next practice in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.